See, it always drives me crazy when a politician gets on there and immediately wants to turn around and start talking about their accomplishments. Let's have some grief. Let's have some time to process through this thing, and then let's don't talk about the money you've spent to do nothing in the name of big government. Let's get something done. 3 weeks ago, I was in Austin, Texas. The streets are rampant with mental illness. It's literally in front of you, right down the road from where that guy lives. So you can't put a political price tag on mental illness. You can't make insanity choose a political party. This is not a Democrat or Republican, conservative, liberal, right-wing, progressive issue. It's not. This is insanity. And if you really want to go deeper, Governor Abbott, to the first principle and go to the foundation and the problem, it's godless meaninglessness that we've embraced as a society, where human life has been degraded into nothingness more than a clump of cells, with no afterlife, no sense of eternity, no accountability to a God who created you and designed you. There's no sense of reason, no sense of believing that there's anything more than just what you see around you, and the bleak darkness that's going on in people's minds, and everywhere from PTSD, depression, to full-blown schizophrenia. Everybody is falling further and further on this spectrum of despair. And so what we have is a society and a culture that has concluded that there's no reason to live. And therefore, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to take as many as I can with me. It's not a gun issue. It's not an accessibility to gun issue. So here's the thing. Let's get on the other side of the argument. You're not going to take everybody in America's guns away. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're also not going to repeal the Second Amendment. Not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You have to understand that until we can come together and truly make the solution a reality, and that is deal with this mental illness and get out here and truly provide help for people that need it. We're living in an insane world. These things are going to keep happening. So here's my takeaway. You know how we just proved a point with Bud Light? All right. It's time to prove a point with every business in America. I'm not going to gun-free zones. I'm not going to a place where I can't protect myself. I'm not going to go someplace where I can't actively engage my Second Amendment right if that opportunity comes along. I'm not going to live in a state or a city that's going to punish me for defending myself. I'm not going to do a show in a venue that doesn't have armed security. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make you as an audience subject to that. I'm not going to put me as a performer in a situation subject to that where we're an easy target. We're not going to do it. I did an event yesterday. With 100 patriots up there in Frisco, Texas, and 150 people there at a place. And we were raising money for our good friend Shelley Luther, who suffered of a stroke 34 days ago. And I said, I want everybody armed. And we did. I said, I want everybody at the door. I want to know that there's armed security at the door. We did that. Going forward, my solution is not less guns. It's more guns that are accessible to you. More training with those guns so that you know how to defend you and your family. Do you understand there's 11,000 illegals coming across the southern border every day right now? Title 42 is going to end this week. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to be a huge influx. And the border is not under control. And it's confirmed. It's confirmed. You need to follow me on Twitter, and you need to follow Texans for Strong Borders. We have now confirmed that Greg Abbott, the governor you just saw, has done absolutely nothing. Now, he says he's sending more state guard down there. No. He's done absolutely nothing in terms of policy change to stop the influx of what's happening at the southern Texas border. Nothing. And you can go to my Twitter, @WatchChad, and you can read up on it. So I'm telling you, American citizens, we have lived under tyranny long enough. And listen, now we're under the tyranny of mental illness. We've had the tyranny of of judicial, educational, medical, corporate, list them off. Big government, state, and federal. Now we're under the tyranny of mental illness. We're worshiping minorities, and we're worshiping the trans community, the LGB, whatever community. Why? Because we have to check with them first before we even say anything. That's idolatry. If I got to check with anything except for God before I say something, that's putting that thing above God. If my conscience won't allow me to speak until I check with a certain community, then that means I'm worshiping that community. No, we're not going to worship mental illness anymore. We can't. We can't afford to. We can't afford to keep seeing these damn headlines pop up week after week where innocent people, men, women, and children going about their daily lives, living in a free America, are gunned down because we have succumbed to mental illness and bowed down to it and said it's going to control our lives. No more. You want to do something about it? That's what you do. You say no more. You live your life constitutionally. You live your life with liberties and freedoms. You have the ability to speak, and you don't have to check with anybody before you say it. And you have the right to defend yourself. So don't go anywhere that tries to take those rights away. How about that? How about that? And these businesses and these big governments that are putting these posters on the wall that says this is a gun-free zone? No. You don't get our business. You don't get our business. We're not coming to you. We're not going to go to your movie theaters. We're not going to shop in your stores. We're not going to drink in your bars. We're not going to do those things. I'll stay home. I mean, my God, at least at this point in time, I can get groceries delivered. I don't have to go anywhere if I don't want to, and neither do you. Keep your head on a swivel, folks, but by God, stop living with your rights being trampled on.